Okay, can y'all hear me now? Did I save it? We got sound. Goddamn. All right. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my goodness. Man, I appreciate y'all for bearing with me. He said, what's the test password? Okay, so that's good. That's good now. Yep, it's registered the way it was. Okay. All right. So it looks like that fixed it. Let me make sure that my other, he said today's password is real nigga vehicle, RNV, huh? Real, okay, let's see now if this will work. Yep, it's showing that I'm broadcasting over here still. And then make sure when I go over to my other one, make sure that that's good. In studio, hopefully it is. Oh, crap. Yes. Yes, still going live. Okay. All right. Good. Good. Oh, man. All right. Thank y'all so much, man, for bearing with me. All right. So, get that one up, and I just need to check, make sure that the other stream on United Guns of America is up, and we can get rolling. Man, dude, the things I go through because I can't afford a producer. I promise y'all, when I hit the mega millions and I start my own production company, I will absolutely hire the very best producers. There we go. Yes. And that should come down here. All right, guys. We are good to go. So, I'm actually gonna just scratch my little small topic I was going to just chat about for a second, but because I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, there we go. Yes. So I won't do that. So I'm going to dive right in and get to my topic and just start talking. I will say this: if for some reason anybody would like to talk or have an opinion that's different from mine, please let me know in the chat, and we can have a conversation. Once I go ahead and knock out my points real quick, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to do that, and hopefully this will work too. And it's telling me, I don't know why it's telling me to do that, but it should not be. On my phone, yes. So they can authenticate. Why do I need to authenticate again if I just did it 20 minutes ago? Well, 30 minutes ago, actually. Yep, and there we go. And I don't know why this. I think I'm gonna have to take my brother's advice and stop using Chrome because it is way too cumbersome and difficult. I don't know why it makes you jump through all of these different hoops, and then while you're jumping through the hoops, it gets really stupid. All right, I'm not gonna even worry about it. If it's over there working, it's over there working. I'm not about to go through that because that's gonna be a whole nother deal. So yeah. So getting to my points, let me go ahead and do that. I just wanted to talk about, and you can see from the title, is that why are so many blacks now political critics? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have never seen this many black folks this critical of any politician or anybody's political career than I've seen now. When I'm talking about what politicians have done in the past, right or wrong, I have never seen this many black folks, African Americans, whatever you want to call it. I've never seen this many this involved in politics, which is not bad, but they are this involved and they are not informed. And the other part to not being informed is that they're not just not informed, but they are literally just having unrealistic expectations. And I don't understand how you do that when you're just now getting into something new. It's like being a rookie. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're a rookie and you come on the field and come into a sport or whatever the case may be. Yes, there are some performance expectations that are, are out there that are expected, but unrealistic ones, I don't understand. What rookie has had the expectation of winning a championship their first year in the league, second year in the league, third year in the league? And when you just think about what a rookie comes into any sport and them having to do whatever they have to do, there's a period that they are given to grow, right? And not saying that Donald Trump is a rookie. I'm just saying as far as level of expectations. And here's why I say that. Because some people say, we was in office for 4 years. Right. However, he has not even been in office 4 weeks. And I'm telling you, the black folks that I know and the black folks that I don't know that are on social media, it has been ridiculous with the amount of expectations that they have put on this administration as a whole in a 4-week time frame. Now, I get the fact that your guy didn't win. Well, your gal didn't win. Your guy and your gal didn't win. I get that because I had to go through the same thing when the election from 2020. I ain't gonna get into the fact that it was stolen. That's a whole other conversation. But he won. Now, did he win fair and square? No, but nevertheless, he won. And even me, I was never a Joe Biden fan. Never, ever, ever wanted to never would support him or anything. But even though I did not like his politics, because I don't know Joe Biden, but I don't like his politics, and I did not like his agenda that his administration had. I at least, being the small-time YouTuber that I am, at least gave him 100 days. And the reason why I gave him 100 days is because that's what all politicians have gotten when they first get into office, especially in the presidential office. You see it all over. First 100 days. Every president that you have seen that we've witnessed in the past 20, 30 years, they have not been critiqued until after their first 100 days. Not saying that you can't talk about different things. Not saying that you can't have an opinion. However, we ain't even willing to give this dude 100 days without people saying, see, there it is. There you go. Well, y'all see what's happening. And it's mind-boggling to me that people who have never really been into politics, never really participated in the politics, some of them didn't even vote in this election. Some didn't even vote in this election. Now, all of a sudden, every day, they got something to post on their page where they playing the see, look game. See, look. See, look. Everybody now wants concrete evidence. Everybody now wants receipts. Everybody now wants, and it's so funny to me because y'all not even coming up with y'all own thoughts and ideas. Y'all are literally repeating the stuff that y'all seeing on CNN, the stuff that y'all are seeing online on whatever website or whatever media source that you want to look at. I don't care which one it is. But you all are looking at this stuff and not even verifying it and saying, see? And I get the fact that the media does it because they're doing it because of their spin that they want to have on things, because the Democrats are mad because they are being exposed, which I totally understand from their standpoint. They're being exposed, and who likes to be exposed? Nobody, right? I get it. But y'all are towing the same line as the media has. Now, I can clearly remember when Joe Biden won, all of you niggas was saying, well, you know, things take time. He got to clean up Trump's mess. So, you know, you got to wait and see how things are going to work out. I mean, he's going to be in there for 4 years, and then we can look and see how things turn out then. Same thing that people said about Obama. He just got in. He got to clean up what Bush did. He got to fix all that, you know. It take a black man to come and clean up after the white man after he done messed everything up. He was one of the people that was saying the same thing. Not just for his first term, but for his second term. His second term, I was like, oh yeah, y'all better watch out now. We're going to be barbecuing on the front lawn now. Because he ain't got nothing to lose now. He was just quiet that first term and didn't do nothing for blacks in that first term because he wanted to get elected for the second, so he run off the full 8. Y'all better watch out now. Black people, we are about to get reparations and everything. Never happened. Right? So, with that being said, why would you still be willing to basically regurgitate the talking points with no investigation? Case in point, just a few days ago, all the people that not all, but most of the people that I know were talking about this whole Elon Musk and the Teslas that's on government contract, armored vehicles, right? To the tune of $400 million or something like that. Either 400 million or 500 million, whatever. And everybody was saying what CNN said. Everybody was saying, see what he doing? Now, how come that ain't corrupt? That ain't corrupt? That ain't corrupt? Like, what y'all niggas in the dog pound? What niggas talking about now? Everything is corrupt. And everybody was saying, man, I don't know how he in the White House, and now all of a sudden he got some big contract with the government. Trump paying them off. That is what was being said. Right? Now, after some research and further review, when the truth came out, it was actually a contract that y'all president before, Joe Biden, put out asking for armored vehicles that were electric. Now, how many different electric vehicle companies do we have? And how many do we have that have armored vehicles? I don't know, but here's the kicker. I don't care if we had one or if we got 10,000. Only one company responded to the bid. Guess whose company that was? Elon Musk. So therefore, the one company that responded was the one company that actually placed the bid, was the one company that would what? Get the contract. Is there anything, and I'm just saying, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, because I might have it wrong. I don't mind being wrong. But damn it, when I'm right, I'm right. If that was the case, and you're talking about a man who basically applied for a contract, that's all he did. He applied for the contract. If I apply for the contract and I'm the only one, would it not be fair for me to get awarded the contract? Would it not be fair for me to get the contract? I'm the only one that applied. The government is asking for this. And I go ahead and I bid. Would it not be fair that I get it? Yes. So, and this was signed in December. Not signed. The contract was awarded in December, which at that time, who was still the president? Who was still in the White House? That's right. Yours truly, Joseph Biden. So explain to me how Donald Trump somehow became a part of this to where you're saying people are saying that he's corrupt in doing that. Now, the other thing about Elon Musk and this so-called corruption, Elon Musk is literally working for free. He's working for free. He's not taking a salary. Just like Donald Trump hasn't taken a salary. The so-called guy who's just trying to do nothing but enrich himself is just turning down a free $300,000. I think the president gets paid $300,000 a year. Oh, I'm trying to enrich myself. I'm gonna get richer out of this whole thing. But this $300,000 that I'm entitled to, that I have every right to collect, that every other president has taken, including Joe Biden. He took it, including Obama. He took it, right? Rightfully so. It's the pay for the job. Why would he not take it if all he's trying to do is enrich himself? You tell me the last time somebody just turned down $300,000. You tell me. When was the last time somebody just said, oh yeah, $300,000? Nah, man, I don't want that. But they don't never talk about that, do they? Nope, because it's a positive thing. They never mention it. Nobody ever says it. But this is the biggest crook in the world. This is the person who's doing nothing but enriching himself. He's a billionaire and he want more. Hey, just give me some more. That's his whole theme song. But he's just turning down $300K. I don't know who does that. Just saying. But my thing is this. Why do we just repeat whatever we hear, no matter what? And then even when we find out we're wrong, because Rachel Maddow, she had to go and recant what she said. Talking about this is corruption, it's just so corrupt and corrupt it is. 2 days later, it turns out that the contract, that he got, it was under Biden. Oh, okay. Nobody else posted it. Nobody else reported it. Nobody went in their timeline and said, damn, I had that one wrong, fam. I'm going to let this boy cook. Nope. I don't understand that. Oh, the president gets $400,000 a year. All righty. That makes it even worse. I don't know nobody who's turning down that kind of money for a job that they're doing. I'm not saying that people won't turn down money. I'm just saying because I've seen these fools. Have y'all seen that show called Beast Games? So the YouTuber Mr. Beast got a game show just actually finished up. He gave out the most money ever on a game show. The grand prize turned out to be $10 million, but he was just giving out money, right? But throughout the contest and throughout the games, the Beast Games, there was opportunities where people could take money and either continue on with the game or take the money and they gone or whatever the case may be. And there was a part where at first the initial jackpot was $5 million. In the last game, when the last 8 people, I guess, came up, he actually did a coin toss where he said, I'll either give one of y'all a chance to flip a coin to where if you win the coin toss, I'll double the jackpot. But if you lose the coin toss, you go home. One person. So one person actually took it and doubled the jackpot. But it was for $5 million initially. So if it was for $5 million, there were early on in the game, there was an opportunity for some people to take $1 million, and they didn't. And it's like in a game where you're trying to get 5 and you got an opportunity to take 1. I don't know who turns down $1 million. I know I'm not. I'm actually trying to go on Beast Games the next time so that I can get me some of that money. So, Mr. Beast, if this ever comes across your path, please, 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 if there's anybody that knows Mr. Beast, I would be a wonderful candidate for your next season of Beast Games. So I'm just putting that out there. But $1 million, people turning that down. In a game show, I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. In a job that you going to work and you going to do that, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So it's like, I can't. What crook do you know turns down money? Explain that one to me. What crook do you know turns down money? Let me see this guy Drip says. Do you support Trump's cryptocurrency? In all honesty, Drip, I don't know too much about it, so I can't say one way or the other if I support it or not. The only thing that I can say about cryptocurrency is that I get the advantage of taking things out of the Fed's hands, because the Fed, even though it's called the Fed, it ain't ran by the Fed, it ain't ran by the federal government. It's basically another group that's running it. I don't need to get off into that, but the idea of having electronic currency, that kind of makes me a little weird, because there's always some type of room for error. What happens if there's some type of glitch? What happens if there's some type of loss of power? What happens if something gets corrupt? It's just the inevitability. I mean, not inevitability, but it's just a possibility of something like that happening. But not to say that things can happen on the other side of the game as far as paper currency as well. When you look at that debacle, I would really say we should have never gotten off the gold standard. But being what it is and being where we are today, I really don't know. I just don't know enough about it to really give my opinion one way or the other. But unfortunately, it's that, hey, it is what it is. I apologize for that. But yeah, I really can't say one way or the other. But let me get to my next point. The other thing is, when you're talking about the criticism that Joe Biden has received versus the criticism that Donald Trump has received. So when Joe Biden, like I said, I didn't criticize him until the first 100 days. And I went on his tear. You can go back on my channel and look. Yes, I enjoyed myself thoroughly. He did worse than what I thought he would do. But that's neither here nor there, in my opinion. When you're talking about how people are and the things that what people care about, what Black folks care about, more importantly, when it comes to Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, I'm not really too sure as to what the actual issue is. And I would love for somebody to explain that part to me. I'm not really too sure what the issue is as to why someone would be so against Donald Trump being a Black person. I don't know what Donald Trump has done to this group of Black folks. I don't know what group of us has been directly impacted by something Donald Trump has done. I would love to hear that and to have that discussion, because I just haven't been able to pin it down. Now, as far as Joe Biden, cost of living, taxes, and the fact that what the IRS not only did to me, but did to thousands of people, as far as going back and getting more money, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could not have issue with Joe Biden and never voice it if you did, because and y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all didn't voice it. And then you turn around and now you on your page every day about every single thing, every little step that Donald Trump makes. Y'all are all Bobby Brown. That's just what it is. Y'all are all my Black friends, y'all are Bobby Brown now. Every little step he take, y'all being right there to complain about it one way or the other, misinformed most of the time, but there y'all go. And I don't understand why there would be such a criticism on one and not the other, when they both have the ability to impact your life in some degree. Why that wouldn't be problematic. And you have somebody right now who's actually trying to put more money into your pocket, trying to look at the fraud, waste, and just total mismanagement of tax dollars that we all are kicking up to pay every year, and how y'all got problems with this, but y'all didn't have problems 4 years ago. Do you realize that most Black people just 4 years ago, most of y'all issues with politics, period, was about saying this is what Trump did, and now Biden got to fix it. Y'all was still saying shit was Trump's fault 2 and 3 years after he was gone. Election was over. Trump and Harris, Biden and Harris at the helm. They got their hands on the wheel. You know how they say Jesus take the wheel? Biden and Harrison took the wheel, and y'all still were talking about Trump. Even they were doing it. All of the backdoor BS deals that they was doing, all of the nonsense that they were doing, they were still bringing this man's name up. I remember I did a show about when Biden did the address, the State of the Union address. That dude mentioned Donald Trump's name like 40-something times, and Donald Trump had been gone like 2-3 years. He was still mentioning his name. Same thing with Kamala Harris. It's like y'all, her entire campaign was about Donald Trump. So I don't understand how y'all would have so much vitriol and so much angst against one candidate and not the other, when the other candidate was the one that made things so much worse than what you are doing, than what your life was before and what your life was doing their term. I mean, everything was Trump's fault. It's cold outside. That was Trump. The Bulls didn't win no championship. Bulls didn't make the playoffs. That was because of Donald Trump. 89 people got shot over the weekend in Chicago. That's Trump's fault. Now, are there things that Donald Trump has done? And I will even say just as recently, are there problems and issues that I have with Donald Trump? Yes. I don't like what he did with, I would say just recently, here's 2 things right off the bat. Just so I can prove to you that I'm not biased towards, it's just Donald Trump is the greatest thing ever. Because that's one of the talking points that all of y'all people that are against him, that's one of y'all main talking points to anybody that is for what he's doing. Number one, recent that I can call out is that whole thing with him and Elon Musk badass son being in that Oval Office. That was totally inappropriate. I hope I don't see that no more. I don't give a damn what Elon Musk's son is, who he is, what he doing. I don't need him in no press conference. Now, him being in the Oval Office kicking it, that's fine. But doing a press conference, I don't want none of y'all motherfucking kids in the Oval Office running around talking shit like his little badass was. If you can't have no control over your kid and your kid can't sit down and shut the hell up, I don't want to see your son in the Oval Office doing a press conference. I'm just saying. I thought that was inappropriate. I thought it was inappropriate. I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire. I thought it was inappropriate because of the context in which he was in there. You in there, dude, to talk about the moves that you making with Doge. You're in there having a press conference with the president of the United States, and we got to watch your badass son. I don't want to see that. I want to get the information. I want to get the update, and then you and your son, y'all could have a fucking one-legged potato sack race in that motherfucker after the press conference is over. I'm sure you got several nannies that you can afford to take care of your son for 30 minutes or 45 minutes while daddy goes and does his fucking job. Just saying. The other thing that I mentioned about a week ago was the stupid shit that Donald Trump did with that water and the reservoirs in LA that did not go to the areas where the fire and shit was. That was stupid. You literally released a bunch of water from a reservoir for no reason. You wasted water. Now, here's the other part to that. Is there a reservoir problem in LA? Yes. Does it need to be fixed? Yes. However, whose fault is that? It's the governor and the mayor. And the reason why Hollywood burned the way that it burned. Pun intended. But they're the reason why the LA fires wasn't as bad as they were. It's poor preventive maintenance and poor water management. They don't give a shit. That's just what it is. All those people that are living in that area are wealthy people paying a ton of taxes, I'm quite sure. However, you don't even have resources to come and clear the brush, the dead leaves and the dead tree limbs and all that stuff that fall throughout the year that you know are going to catch fire if you don't pick them up every year. Do you know that 95, I just found this out, do you know that 95% of the fires that happen, those fires that happen in LA every year, because the shit happens every year in California, 95% of those fires are man-made. Man-made. 95%. So that lets you know it's not a thing of if, it's a thing of just when. And if there's no preventive maintenance for that kind of stuff, there's no resources available for those kinds of things, that's on the government that's in place on the day-to-day. That ain't the president's responsibility. That's Gavin Newsom's responsibility. That's the chick who's the mayor. That's her responsibility. So it's like there are things that you can say, man, I don't like the fact that they did this. This was stupid. Yep, he did this. This was wrong. But how about the things that are being done right? That's what I'm asking for, because it all comes down to this. I am all for, and yeah, you won't hear too many people say this, but I'm all for criticism. I'm all for judging. Yes, I'm a judge of that whole don't judge me shit. Every time somebody say that shit around me, I say, oh no, I'm a judge. I judge shit all the time. Here come the judge, here come the judge. That's me. I judge shit all the time. But when it comes to criticism, judging, looking, having a discussion about something, or just analyzing anything, I'm all for it. And if it offends somebody to offend you, but it leads you to do to change, or it leads you to good works, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It has to be a thing to where there has to be, I got to use the F word here, it has to be fair. And I believe that that's the only major problem I have with how people are talking about this administration 3 weeks in, 3.5 weeks in. We have 3 more days before we hit the 20th. We're almost at 4 weeks. And I don't understand why people are so unfair when they could literally have the opportunity to just be fair. There are plenty of things that Donald Trump has done that you wouldn't like or may disagree with. But there are also plenty of things that he has done that are good and that have made a difference and will make a difference in our country. And I don't understand why you can't acknowledge both, as opposed to just saying it's all this or it's all bad and I don't know what's going to happen to us. We're going to be back in chains. We're going to be picking cotton. We ain't going to have nothing. People are going to be dying. We ain't going to have no Medicaid. We ain't going to be able to get no medicine. Everybody going to die that's on Medicaid. It's like, stop it. Stop it. But what are some of the things that I have a problem with is, why are people so disingenuous when it comes to the expectations that you have for this man as opposed to what you had for Biden? The fact that all of this stuff went on with this spending, with the fraud and all that stuff went on for every president beforehand, including Trump. There should be some level of accountability to where we should be looking at this as not saying, man, all this stuff been going on for all these years. It should be a thing to where we say, oh, now we see what they will do. Now the whole idea and concept should be never again. Stop all this shit. Put the brakes on all of this. What happens if you don't pay your taxes? IRS come and they seize your property, don't they? Yep. What happens if the government suspects you of committing fraud? They freeze your accounts instantly. You won't have access to none of your funds. You won't have access to do anything as far as your financial means are because the government has frozen. So if that's the case, why would we have a different expectation of what's going on now? Here's the other part. People are talking about all these people losing their jobs. So y'all are more concerned about the people who lost their jobs than the people who've been losing their jobs for the past year. This particular food chain done closed, this store done closed, 3,000 jobs cut here, 10,000 jobs cut there, this job cut here, no problem. Government employees lose their job. Now, mind you, it ain't like they showed up to work and they said, yeah, your job is done, you're fired, and you ain't getting no more money. No, they done came and said, hey, look, you've been fired. We cut these positions due to negligent spending. However, you're going to still get an 8-month buyout, a 6-month buyout. I think it's 6 or 8 months. So that means we're going to pay you for the next 8 months. I think they get paid through either October or December. But we're going to pay you for this time. You just don't need to come back to work. So that gives you plenty of time to find another job somewhere else, whether it's even within the government or with another company, some other entity. You still getting 6 months of your pay. You still getting your medical. I'm talking about how often do you get or do you see buyout packages like that as opposed to somebody just showing up saying, yeah, your job is over. That's it. We give you 2 weeks severance and that's it. Steve said, I'm in the UK and if you say anything wrong on social media, police are kicking in your door in. And we've seen the videos of that. But I'm saying if the government has to make cuts, because my thing is this, the fact that they were trying to hire 87,000 IRS agents. Think about how bloated the IRS is. And you're talking about a place, and this is the fact I have experienced this firsthand. Do you know the IRS right now? You cannot call the IRS and talk to a person. Just listen to that. You look up and see how many people work for the Internal Revenue Service. And you're telling me how many people are working for the Internal Revenue Service, working at home for the Internal Revenue Service, either one. And I cannot pick up the phone and dial a number and talk to a human being. There should be literally no government agency, no government entity, no government department that I cannot call and speak to a human. It should not exist. Me being a taxpayer and my tax dollars are being spent to fund all of these government entities, I should not be able to call a government entity and not get a human being that can actually assist me with whatever issue it is that I'm having. I was calling about my income tax, and literally there is no way to speak to a human. All they refer you to is the website, where to pay, how to pay. That's it. That's it. They tell you to go to this website and set up your payment, whether you're doing a payment plan or you're paying it off all together, whatever the case may be, and that's it. And mind you, with the IRS, if you don't, let's say you set up a payment plan or you don't set up a payment plan, the next year that you file, whatever you get, they will apply it towards what you owe, no matter what. until it is paid off. The IRS went back on me and went back for 4 years and said I owe for 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2021. Not that I owe, I got to pay my taxes. They have determined that I didn't pay enough and I got to pay more. Yeah. How do you figure that out and don't give me an opportunity to contest it? Don't give me an opportunity to speak to someone about it, for y'all to tell me how y'all got to these numbers? They didn't do that. To the tune of over 12, just a little bit over $12,000 total. But I can't talk to a person. But we talking about the same government that now they just been taking money and sending it all over the country. And then when we the people get somebody in office who can actually find out what they're doing with our money, not their money, our money, everybody's in an uproar that they shut it down and said, no, I can't spend nothing else. Meanwhile, y'all can shut my money down and take my money, and I can't even talk to nobody about it. Y'all can at least talk to the people at Doge about it. Y'all can at least explain to the people at Doge about it and actually speak to a human being. I can't talk to anybody. I just got to give it up. Facts. Just think about the reality of that. When you look at how much money that the government has control over and how they get to spend it with little to no oversight, and nobody says nothing, nobody does nothing, it's just whatever, and then you turn around in the same breath and you need some type of resource to where you can get some type of assistance for the same government that you pay your taxes to, rain, sleet, or snow, no matter if it's right or wrong, there's nobody available. Nobody available. But I still got to pay. So when I see them laying these people off and they giving them a severance package of 6 to 8 months or whatever it is, all right, sound good to me. Because didn't nobody say shit when I was getting my money took. Didn't nobody say nothing to me about explaining, hey, look, this is why you got to pay this much. We saying this. None of that. They just said, hey, you owe this much more for 2017, this much more for 2018, this much more for 2019. You good for 2020, and then this much for 2021. Now, mind you, this occurred in 2021. Hit me with, after 2021. So by the next one in 2022, hit me up like Tupac. Hit him up. Boom, boom, boom. That's what it is. So when you see these kinds of things, it's like you have to acknowledge the fact of what the government has been doing and where they're at now. Bro, it's time to stop the bleeding and it's time to fix this stuff because we now have the opportunity to do it because somebody actually has the balls and the means to go in there and do it. Well, we didn't elect Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, man, do you know how many government officials and how many people are actually working with the government that have authority that you didn't vote for? Hell, y'all didn't even elect Kamala Harris. They told y'all that's who's running. Didn't nobody elect Anthony Fauci? He got appointed. And told y'all to stay y'all ass in the house and told y'all to put these masks on. Then take the mask off. Now put the mask back on. He told y'all to keep y'all kids home from school. Put mask on them. Then he told y'all to take this shot. Which is another problem I have with Donald Trump. That whole thing of Operation Warp Speed, getting that vaccine now, man, please. Get that vaccine out there and people now, everybody got heart problems. Everybody falling out and ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm so glad I'm a pure blood. And I feel sorry for those of us that actually took that shot. Whether you took the first one and the second one, the first, second, and third one, the first, third, fourth, fifth, and every other booster that they came out with, I do feel sorry for those people that did that because you were all misled or you were forced to take it to keep your fucking job. All of those nurses that didn't take it and lost their job, lost their wages, didn't have a way to feed their families. Wasn't nobody in an uproar about that. Right. They said tell people, don't forget they told us to wear 2 masks. That's stupid shit. Yeah, you wear the regular mask. Then you wear N95 on top of that. Like, man, what? And I'm gonna say this because I've been saying it. People that are still wearing masks today, there's something wrong with y'all. Because if you ain't understood that you need to catch this stuff unless you got something. Now, if you got something and you put a mask on, that's one thing. But people who just wear a mask, bro, do you realize that if you don't catch the stuff that's going around, your immune system gets weak because of that? And then when you finally do catch something, it makes it more difficult for you to fight it off. We are designed to trade germs. We are designed to do that because it helps with our herd immunity. I see people in a car with their windows up, driving with a mask on. What are you protecting yourself from within the car by yourself with the windows up? See? I'm just saying, those people that took it, I've had so many people just in my age group and in my class in high school. I've had like 4 people literally here today, gone tomorrow. Nothing wrong, no ailments or anything. Heart attack, died. Not morbidly obese, just, yeah, they just died. Yeah, man. Had a heart attack, it looks like. Y'all think Bronny didn't have nothing wrong with it? Man, Bronny took that shot. That's why that boy passed out. Just like that dude from the Buffalo Bills. That cornerback dude. He had that shot. And it has an adverse effect to a large group of people, man. I believe this, and I was just telling my wife this the other day. I believe in my heart of hearts, to my core, that the fact that my mama had them shots, when she got sick and got in the hospital, and her heart was so weak, I believe it was because of that shit that she took. I believe it. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. It's too coincidental for these people to be having all of these heart issues now that are healthy folks. And now all of a sudden they got this issue. They got a murmur. They got AFib. They got a weaker heart. Their heart is doing this. It's overworking. It's something going on, some type of heart issue that's coming about. Just saying. But let me go ahead and move on and hit my last 2 points and I'm going to wrap this up. When we're talking about, well, I actually got just one more point after this one. Two. When we're talking about people being upset about the government and just how businesses ran and things like that, when you clearly see just the egregious, I'm talking flat out, just, bro, come on. The fact that these people were naming all of the things that were going on with the spending, buying condoms, putting on tranny plays, putting on tranny musicals, just sending money for tourism. We talking millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you realize that people were saying online, and I even got to call out my brother on this, they asking for the receipts to see it? Now, I'm all for the facts. But there's some things that don't need to be explained, that should just be understood. Why would these people, and I'm about to justify that because some people are, no, you should want to see the receipts. You should want to see the. Here's my thing. Number one, why would they make it up? Why would Trump and them make it up? Why would Elon Musk make up all? I'm talking this fast now. That means they would have to come up and say, yeah, they sending money to Pakistan, they sending money to the Taliban, they sending money to Gaza, they sending money to these tourists over in Tanzania, they sending money for condoms over in. Why would someone make that up? Is the first question. Here's the kicker, though. If someone is lying on you, if someone says something that is not true, and they're saying that you did fill in the blank, you are fill in the blank, you being the accused person, what would be the first thing that you would say as soon as you have an opportunity to speak for yourself? Case in point, if someone said that I am a drug addict, all right? Yeah, Brian is a dope fiend. He's on heroin, meth, and Philly, whatever else. The first thing that you would expect me to say would be what? Hey, asshole, I am not on drugs. I do not do drugs. Right? I mean, that's just anybody. If you're being accused of something that you did not do, the first thing that you would say, being the accused person, is, I didn't do this. Now, the second thing that I would do once somebody has accused me of being a drug addict, I would absolutely submit to a drug test immediately. Not only am I going to tell you I'm not a dope fiend, I'm going to give you a hair sample and I'm going to piss in several cups or however many cups I need to actually give you the hardcore evidence that I'm not. So, which makes sense. Somebody disagree with me on that, I don't know what to tell you. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out and tell you that I didn't do it. I'm going to give you the evidence to prove that I didn't. So if someone is saying that Congress has been spending all of this money and that they're wasting all of this money, if they didn't do it, the first thing they would come out and say would be what? Elon Musk is full of shit. He's a lie and the truth ain't in him. That's what they would all say. Every last one of them congressmen, every last one of them congressmen that's on this committee, every last person that's at USAID, all of the employees, the auditors, the accountants, they would all come out and say Elon is lying his white South African ass off, and I'm offended by it. And then they would do what? They would show you the books saying, hey, here's exactly where we spent this money, who we sent this money to, who cut the checks, and then here is the evidence of the shit being bought and purchased and or built. Right? Right. What do you need to see? And not to say that you can't, because the budget, it is public information. But why would you still need to see the budget line item when the Congress people haven't disputed what they're saying? The Congress hasn't come out with any contradictory evidence, and their narrative has been this. Congress has the power of the purse. This is unconstitutional. That's all they're saying, which lets you know they did it. So you shouldn't have to ask for receipts. You shouldn't have to go and ask to see, man, I just want to see the evidence that all this stuff that Elon's saying, where the paperwork at to show it. All I'm seeing is them holding papers on our press conferences. They reading the stuff off, but where's the actual papers? Bro, if you thought for 1 second, just being logical, if for 1 second, 1 second, Elon was lying and they had evidence to contradict what Elon was saying, it would play to their benefit 1,000%. Not one of them, not one of them have come out and said he lied. We didn't send $32,000 to Peru for a transgender comic book. Not one of them have come and said he lied. We didn't send $50 million over to Tanzania to help improve tourism. He lied. We didn't send $1.5 million to Serbia to help with DEI in the workplace. He lied. We didn't send $5 million over to Pakistan to help women get into college and to help women go to school and become public speakers when over in Pakistan a woman can't speak publicly or go to school. Ain't saying none of that. When you could, if you were right, if you knew for a fact that he was lying on you, those would be the first two things you would do. But you know why they're not doing it? Because he's not lying. He's telling the truth. And because he's telling the truth, those people that hate the truth are doing what they're doing now. Playing the ring around the rosy, pop go to weasel, all around the mulberry bush game of trying to gain control of the power that they had so that they can continue doing the fuck shit that they were doing and wanting you to cheer them on and to support them while they try to do it. Billy Goat, I don't know what you mean by your membership, bro. I haven't done anything. So if there's an issue or a problem or something, email me, Doc. But I'm showing here that you still are admin, so I don't know what's happening, Captain. But I'm just saying, why would we not be in support of the good? And people are trying to say this is the other thing. There's certain resources that other people are getting as far as food and stuff that they are not able to get because of them, stopping all of the funds. Well, how else can you get to the bottom of what they're doing if you don't? And all they're saying and what they've been saying is, hey, we are freezing this it's going to take us at least 90 days to review what's what. But yes, everything is frozen. So yeah, somebody may get something held up. Yeah, somebody might not be able to get the rice and beans they've been waiting for. And it's because of our government officials being frivolous, committing fraud, and spending hundreds of millions, billions, and trillions of dollars illegally. Well, not illegally, but irresponsibly. So yes, that could happen. And I'm sorry if somebody over in Paraguay can't get the rice and beans that they've been getting. Y'all need to figure it out. That's not my responsibility to make sure y'all eating. If you ain't in America, it's not our responsibility to make sure that you eat. Now, if we can help to some degree, that's one thing. But it ain't our job to feed y'all at the expense of us losing out on trillions of dollars. They talking about $2.7 trillion, bro. Even if they only talking about half of that, a fourth of that, it's worth it. See, people are worried about this. Is the spin that they putting on this. See, people are worried about, the if you get 100%, but it's only 1% that's being, in question. Then what about the other 99%? That's where I get it when you're talking about $100. But motherfucker, you talking about $1 billion. You're talking about $100 billion. So yes, what $1 billion could do here in this country And you talking about we should just kind of like not worry about that and let them just do what they do because other people got to eat. I'm sorry, I ain't never gonna be for that. I don't know. I don't know anybody that would be. A million, 100 million, 500,000, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million. What those funds could do here in our schools, what those funds could do here in our streets, what those funds could do here for our infrastructure, bridges, roads, whatever the case may be. I don't give a damn what's going on overseas somewhere else. I'm sorry. I'm not going to ever be concerned about what's going on outside my house when I got major problems inside my house. We got motherfuckers that can't even fly a goddamn helicopter at night. And y'all talking about we got to send money over where? Yeah, okay. All right. I'll wrap it up with this. And just one more thing when it comes to just the departments and the departments that we have in our government that aren't efficient, aren't working, whatever the case may be. And when you compare, because I've heard people say this too, you talk about the IRS cutting USA, cutting the IRS, shutting down the Department of Education, and people said, but what about our military though? Yes, the military is probably the biggest and the worst one. But do you want to shut down the military? No. Are you pro anti-guns? Y'all want to tell the world that we ain't got no more military? Those just shut it down? Is that what you want to tell the world? I think not. So yes, I absolutely 1000% believe that there is probably the most corruption and just fraud and waste going on in the military. I do believe that. You talking about a $600 billion budget? They can't be making all that money make sense. Impossible. But I do believe that these other agencies, the IRS, hell yeah. I think, and everybody know, I've said this for the longest time, I think we should just have to pay a set rate. That's it. All that other bullshit, hey man, look, you make under $500,000, you pay 10%. That's it. That's it. That's all. You make over 500,000, you pay 15%. You make over 10 million, and you pay 20. That's it for everybody else all the way up. Shouldn't nobody be giving away or even be forced to give away that much money. But the fact that you do, bro, it's that 27%, 25%, bro, that's just too much of any. That's just too much money. I don't care if I got $10 million. You talking about 20%? I don't think it's fair that I got to give up $2 million. And I done made 10 million on my own. I just don't think that's fair, dude. Just saying. 20% of anybody's anything is too much in my opinion. So if we talking about the common good, if we talking about, making things fine, but 10%, no more than 15, I think it's fair. And whatever we can't figure out in our budget from that, then that's what we need to see where the real problems are. Maybe we could get our military government budget down to 300 million instead of 300 billion instead of 600 billion. Great. And then when you look at departments, at least we can clearly see the function of the military. We can at least see that, hey, man, ain't nobody running up on these shores talking about everything going to be all right, Irish. We ain't got them kind of problems. But when you look at the Board of Education, the Department of Education, people are talking about you shouldn't shut that down. You tell me why. And just ask anybody that. Ask anybody this now. Why should tell me what the federal government Department of Education, you tell me what it has done for you. You tell me what it does for our schools. It's a middleman, literally. A bloated middleman at that. If we spending 50 something or I think it's $60 billion for the Department of Education budget, do you realize we could off top, take take $500 million and give that's $500 million. Cut that budget in half, and we can give that money to each state to improve their schools. I said this, I've been saying this on social media. I said what we could do instantly, just right off top, cut that budget in half, give $500 million to every state, and put the stipulation on it. You have to use it for infrastructure, books, computers, that kind of stuff. You can't use it to come up with no fancy positions because that's when shit get fucked up. You got somebody you hired, or this person is gonna be an overseer for the Department of, and they making $300,000 a year. Nope. Take that $500 million, give it to every state. You got to use it to build schools, mend schools, repair schools, buy books, get computers, set up Wi-Fi, get your internet, infrastructure, shit like that together. You do that kind of shit. That's what you use it for. Any other things that you need, you want to increase teachers' pay and all that shit, you do it on your level based on the state. Y'all do that on the state level. But we can easily take, like I said, cut that shit in half and give every state, all 50 states, $500 million. You got a problem with your schools? Go to your governor. You got a problem with your school? Go to your mayor. Now, you can take it a step further and say the highly populated areas, you could give them a little more. Maybe a place like New York or Chicago, because they got so many people there in their schools in the inner city. Yeah, okay, give another 100 million, whatever the case may be, or factor in some kind of number to where per student, this is what they would need to help with. All I'm saying is, I'm not talking about giving money for salaries and payroll. I'm talking about money for tangible shit. Where you can go and see, we took that 500 million, and we took $1 million and we built this school. We repaired the furnace on this school. We bought these, we bought this, and you can see the money being spent and what it was spent on. We bought 100,000 computers and gave them out to all the kids. So every kid now in the such and such public school system got a computer. That's what you can do with that kind of money. So yes, should we take, that's what you do with that. You could take some of that money from the U.S. Department of Aid. You could take some of that money from the IRS. The other thing is this, and I'll wrap it up with this. This whole thing about the government employees working from home. I get it. You want to be able to work from home. It's convenient, whatever the case may be. However, if your job output is not significantly increased by working from home, you should have to come into the office. The other part to that is too, we own too many buildings as a government to where they're empty. So if these people ain't coming into the office, why are we still paying for these buildings? Maintenance, still got maintenance crews, lights, gas, HVAC. Why are we still paying all of this money to maintain these buildings that nobody's virtually in? That's waste. So either have these people bring their ass into work and consolidate some of these buildings. So yes, you could even do that. You got 3 buildings in the downtown DC area that are government buildings. Consolidate them and take them 3, turn them into 1, and get everybody back into work that can come into work. to where their productivity stuff will be improved. Y'all go into this one building. We're going to take these other two and allocate them for something else or sell them. Turn them into some apartments or some shit like that. I don't know. But definitely it needs to be something looked at this because these people have been home for damn near a little bit over 5 years now. And it's like we're paying all this money to maintain these buildings that nobody's virtually in. There's an opportunity to become more efficient. The fact that people talk about, man, these people have been working here for 16 years, 17 years. Yes, but the fact that technology is doing what it's doing and the speed of which technology is advancing, this was inevitable. It's inevitable that we get more efficient. Yes, I understand that from a technology perspective, a lot more people can work from home. But that don't mean everybody can. These motherfuckers is working from home and not even working their job. They was just getting a check. That's a problem. And I have a problem with that. So when you hear these people talking about this, all of the stuff that they're doing and all, there is a method to the madness. We need to progress into the future. And that does mean being more efficient. And technology allows us to do that. But there also has to be more checks and balances on how we are spending our money. Taxpayers are getting their money spent as opposed to just the whole idea of Congress get the power of the purse. That's some bullshit because Congress is bought and paid for. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, they own Congress. And whatever they ain't getting back from Congress, then they taking it for themselves, getting these kickbacks, sending 400,000 overseas and getting that 300,000 back into their pockets. That's why when they just said, I think it was today, they said they are about to start looking at the net worth of all of these congressmen and senators. Yeah, we should look at that. We absolutely should look at that. I damn sure want to know how a congressman who's making $270,000 a year is worth $17 million. Whether you getting kickbacks, inside trading, or something, how are you worth this much money? And you making a couple of $100,000 a year? How is that? Meanwhile, we paying for your flights, your hotel, we paying for your 2 offices, one in DC, one. They need to stop that shit with all these motherfuckers going to DC. I don't agree with that. Congress need to meet. Zoom, motherfucker. Skype. Even that shit ain't even out no more, I don't think. But Zoom, Skype, GoToMeeting, Teams. Why do y'all need to meet in person? Not to say that you can't, but I'm saying you ain't got to meet as many once a year, twice a year. Other than that, man, we meeting on Zoom. Fire up their computers, turn them cameras on. You in Delaware, motherfucker, be in Delaware and get on your Zoom call and motherfucking cast your vote. You in Las Vegas, you ain't got to fly across the goddamn country. Log into your Teams and you go ahead and conduct the business for your constituents through remote video. Just saying. But I definitely want to see just how many of our government officials that we've elected into Congress and into the Senate year after year, term after term, what their net worth is. So you can really see how much money these motherfuckers have been stealing and why they are so upset that a Doge or Elon or Trump has the audacity to come and say, hey, wait a minute, what y'all doing over here? Even Obama tried to do it and couldn't get it done. I just saw footage of that today. Him saying there's a lot of waste and we need to get to the bottom of it. They slowed his ass up on that real quick. Just saying. Now, anybody that's watching this, I definitely extend the invitation. If you got any problem or want to debate anything that I've said, the door is always open. Shoot me an email. Let's set something up. Let's talk about it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for taking the time to actually watch what it is that I do and just listen to what it is that I have to say. It means the world to me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please, please, please click the like button, share, and give me your thoughts on what y'all think. I could be think I'm wrong, think I ain't got it figured out. I don't have all the facts. I'm missing this or I'm missing that. Whatever you may disagree, please feel free to comment or even set up to where we can actually debate and we can talk about it live on the show. So I always extend that invitation. As always, you guys let me know. Thank you guys. Like I said, y'all keep hanging in there with me. Getting things together now. I'm on the other side of, let's just say, if there's a percentage of getting things back up to where I want them to be from just a content perspective, having all the right tools and stuff in place and everything organized so I can do that a lot better now. I'm at about 65 to 70%. I'm in that little range there. But definitely I'm still working on getting things right. So y'all hang in there with me. I appreciate you guys. Till next time, peace, and I'm out. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all, man. He said, save your sound set. Yeah. Touche, my friend.